Welcome to the After Hours Lounge on 1620 The Zone, the 1620 The Zone app, and 1620thezone.com. When 6A to 6P isn't enough, the boys have you covered. Here's Jimmy Allen and Rob Love.
Listen, I'm not going to pretend like I'm happy to be here, all right? This is hour number 5 of radio for the day. If you missed, Rob and I were on Sharp and Benning in the morning this morning. If you tuned in, thank you for listening. However, you may be listening tonight, whether it be 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com, or 1620 The Zone app. If you're hanging out in the stream, we will be in there just momentarily after Dan, the manager, sends us the link and we get equipped to do so. We got a great show lined up for you tonight. We're going to dive a little bit further into Mark Whipple's press conference from yesterday at the start of the show at 6:15. TB12 temporarily leaving Tampa Bay. How temporarily will it be? Rob and I debate. At 6:30, the Field of Dreams is tonight. Do you care? We'll debate that as well. And are holograms a good idea? Probably not. At 7 o'clock, top 5 worst sports takes that the three of us, Dan Capitan, Rob Love, Jimmy Allen, have ever had. I had probably way more than 5, and I had to cut the list a little bit, which is not something to brag about for sure. And then at 7:30, there's a couple coaches around the nation of America that are on the hot seat, and we're going to talk about them and debate whether or not they're still employed next year. This hour is brought to you by Cabinet Design Studios. Their talented designers will bring your dream kitchen to life. Cabinet Design Studios provides a complete design from flooring to ceiling, including cabinets, countertops, tile, plumbing, light fixtures, and more. Visit cabinetsomaha.com for more details or set up an appointment with a designer at 531-301-9550. Make sure you just tell them that Rob, Jimmy, and specifically Dan Campanen sent you over there. They have no idea who that is. We talked about it a little bit this morning, and I got to thinking, after we talked to the legendary, one-of-a-kind Stephen M. Simple from On 3 this morning. We talked about the Duck R position specifically and Rahmir Johnson. And I think unanimously, we thought that was a good fit, right? Would you think with your microphone on?
Yeah.
Okay. The thing that Sip brought up, though, is he mentioned that, and then he mentioned two other guys to round out 3 people that fit in to that running back / wide receiver position. My problem, and correct, tell me if you think differently, but this was my thought process.
Okay.
I think it's a lot easier for somebody that is a designated running back to line up in the slot versus a guy that is a designated wide receiver to line up at running back.
It's kind of redundant, isn't it?
Well, I think they want to design, if you're recruiting that kind of tweener position, but if you're recruiting to it, it's not. And if you want to have 3 guys like that, that's fine. But when you're talking about Brody Belt and you're talking about Oliver Martin, I don't think they necessarily fit Rahmir Johnson's style in the backfield.
Yeah, I am a little confused about that as well. Could it be just to throw, listeners off?
I think it's more of preparation for depth.
Okay.
More than anything. And that's not SIP reporting that from the coaches. It's seeing it repped at practice.
Right. Okay.
So I mean, I get what you're saying, and I would tend to believe that, but it's coming from somebody that saw it on the field versus hearing it third party. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you're right. A Mark Whipple or somebody will come out and say, we really thought, we really thought Bushimi the punter was looking really good at a outside the hash mark wide receiver guy today. Just to, see if Northwestern's paying attention, basically.
Right.
No, I think that's something that's being repped, and they've kind of coined these positions. Like, I don't really think there's too many places that do what Nebraska does defensively in the JoJo Domann role that we're going to see Luke Reimer fill this year. And I don't know how many places like recruit for a running back that can also play the slot. I mean, sometimes that just naturally is a progression, but it seems like this is a concentrated effort by this coaching staff.
I don't know if they originally thought that this would be what he was used for, but that's just my opinion. It was for me, it was also the overflow that you had in the running back room. All of those guys are very worthy of playing time. You know, three downs if you want to give them series worth. But he just stands out. He has.
I mean, the guy's blocking on kicks.
He has that gear. He has that toughness. You know, he's not going to get rattled going across the middle when asked. You know, it just seemed like like we said, there are certain people you need on the field at all times.
What's crazy about what you just said, and I 100% agree with you. Sipple even reiterated it earlier today when he talked about Rahmir Johnson's toughness. Rahmir Johnson's listed at 5'10", 185. No offense to Rahmir, but that might even be a little generous. But he plays like he's 6'2", 220.
Yeah, he does.
And he runs behind his pads like he is too. And to me, that's the most impressive thing, because I 100% agree with what you just said. Is he comes off as a guy that isn't afraid to go to the middle, or go across the middle and get some contact. I think he is 100% that guy. It'll be interesting to see, because I think everybody is expecting him to pretty much be no, it was me again. It pretty much be a major contributor several times in every game. If you want to put a touch counter on it, you're probably looking at maybe 8 to 10 touches a game minimum,
at
right?
Least.
Minimum, right?
At least.
You would think that that's going to be a concentrated effort this season. I would be surprised. I know Coach Joseph has talked about wanting to get 5 to 6 guys ready for wide receiver and then find like around 9 to 11 eventually. I would be surprised if those guys past the 5 or 6 are targeted consistently. Maybe get them out there and get some work and practice running routes and make them earn their status by blocking and things of that nature. But to me, it seems like this coaching staff has already kind of narrowed out who they want to be the dudes. Now it might be still up for debate who's 1 and 1A or 1 or 2 in some situations, but it seems like there's going to be a concentrated effort. No, we need to get Trey Palmer the football.
Yes.
No, Rahmir Johnson is going to be heavily involved in the offensive scheme, running the ball or catching the ball. And we need to make sure he is focused on and given touches, because it looks different with the ball in his hand.
Do you think that they're trying to force the issue with other guys that they try to put at that duck position?
No.
It takes a special individual and athlete to play that role.
Right. I agree with that. And I don't think they're trying to force it. I think it's, we don't want to lose what that position provides and having to account for eyes from the defense if Rahmir's not available health-wise.
Okay.
Because this coaching staff has proven to you for 4 years, with the head coach specifically, that they're not going to get away from their game plan despite who's on the field. And if that's the case, and if you feel that comfortable in your scheme, that if one person goes down, you have to listen. We heard what Coach Frost said after the Illinois game last year. The way Illinois lined up made them throw out a portion of the playbook.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's the case, and you didn't change then, you're not changing now.
Right.
This is set in stone at this point. And you can say what you want about Mark Whipple and what you want about Mickey Joseph. He's the head coach. And if it's we need this offense is only going to succeed if this type of player is available, then they're going to teach and coach to that strategy.
Okay. That's of course depth. I was getting a little excited because I think
because it doesn't seem like a fit for the other two guys, right?
Not really. Trey, yes, definitely. Has the speed, has all the abilities. Not that the other two guys don't, but like you said, it goes back to what you originally said. Someone playing the running back position can naturally, or not naturally, yes, but more efficiently slip right into the slot. And you're technically still in the backfield.
Right. And it's a little difficult for a guy that's used to taking the top off of defenses to run between the tackles.
Yes.
Those are two different completely.
It's a mental situation.
This is why I bring this up and why I'm so adamant that I think it is a thing and why it's kind of frustrating to me, because there were times last year, and I think specifically against the Northwestern in the Northwestern game, they ran those two kind of speed option plays with Omar Manning. That is not Omar Manning's skill set. That is not what Omar Manning is a guy that is going to go across the middle and be able to be a big body wide receiver and get separation and jump over guys.
Yep.
That's what he got brought here to do. So I say that to say, if they were doing that with Omar Manning, they feel like they can do it with anybody. And maybe they're seeing something in practice that isn't duplicating in the game. But I would be very surprised if those other two guys at some point this season don't line up in that position. And hey, listen, sometimes it's just scheme. If you just put a guy in the backfield and feel like they're going to try to account for him, that opens up something downfield. That works too.
Then you expose it. Exactly.
Right.
You just go with it.
Hey, that was the very first segment. If you missed it, check it out, SoundCloud.com/afterhours1620. That segment was brought to you by Caddyshack Bar and Grill. Don't forget to stop at their two great locations. There's one on 117th and Blondo and one on 181st and Harrison. Rob and I were there last night at the 181st and Harrison location. Their food menu is second to none. Stop out. Make sure you tell them After Hours sent you. It's Caddyshack Bar and Grill, the official watering hole of After Hours on 1620 The Zone. Tom Brady temporarily leaving Tampa Bay. We talk about it when we come back.
It's coming on. I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine.
Hey everyone, Rob Love here for our friends at the Strike Zone Omaha. It's hot outside today, but fall is just around the corner, and so is fall ball at the Strike Zone. They have divisions for all ages, comes with elite level training from Strike Zone. Register as an individual or as partial or a full team today at 402-398-1238 or check out more details at StrikeZoneOmaha.com today.
Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Sunny and hot into the evening with the temperatures in the lower 90s. We mostly clear tonight and actually cools off into the mid 60s for a low. Hot weather again for Friday, high temperatures up into the mid 90s. I am Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby from KETV News Watch 7.
Cabinet Design Studios, the Metro's premier cabinet shop for your dream kitchen. Designers are on site to assist you with your complete kitchen remodel. Visit our showroom to select your cabinets, countertops, tile, plumbing, and lighting fixtures, and design your dream kitchen. Cabinet Design Studio is located at 146th and Industrial Road in Omaha. Visit cabinetsomaha.com for more information or call now to set up an appointment with a talented designer at 531-301-9550.
Car repair is car repair. Most places you go can change your oil or fix your brakes. The difference is the experience you'll get at Omaha Car Care. We're part of the community. We were born here, and we believe that our relationship with you should be built to last. We're going to consult you, not sell you. We're going to give you a free loaner car. We're going to treat you like a valued friend that we want to continue to see in the years to come. I'm Rick Betker, owner of Omaha Car Care, and we'll be along for the ride.
Malarkey shingles are durable, high performance, impact resistant, and beautiful. Carp's Complete Home Exteriors is a certified Malarkey shingle residential contractor. For a free estimate, call Carp's Complete Exteriors or visit carpsomaha.com.
Listen to 1620 The Zone anywhere, anytime. Online at 1620thezone.com and on the 1620 The Zone mobile app. You can hear all of your 6A to 6P favorites in the 1620 The Zone app, powered by Woodhouse Auto Family.
Sure, it's hot outside now, but fall is just around the corner, and so is fall ball at the Strike Zone. Players of all ages are signing up for elite level training right now, so don't miss the chance for the player in your life to get some extra work on the diamond this fall. You can sign up an individual player or partial or full teams right now at 402-398-1238 or check out StrikeZoneOmaha.com to find out why, if you train at the Strike Zone, you can compete anywhere.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get, and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Could your company use a fresh new marketing plan for the second half of 2022? Pixel Fire Marketing has your back. From a redesigned logo to a new website to targeting your ideal clients through audience targeting or social media marketing, Pixel Fire Marketing is your online marketing partner. If you're ready to put your best marketing foot forward, visit pixelfiremarketing.com today to take the next step. That's pixelfiremarketing.com.
Husker coverage on 1620 The Zone is presented by Tickets for Less. Tickets for Less is your local source for Nebraska football tickets. Compare and save today at ticketsforless.com. All the Nebraska football news, stories, experts, and coverage you need is on 1620 The Zone. You're listening to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
The open sign is on. Rob Love, Jimmy Allen in studio tonight with you. Dan Campanen joining us opposite, playing the music, pushing the buttons, making sure everything is running correctly. This hour is brought to you by Cabinet Design Studios. Their talented designers will bring your dream kitchen to life. Cabinet Design Studios provides a complete design from flooring to ceiling, including cabinets, countertops, tile, plumbing, and light fixtures. Visit cabinetsomaha.com for more information. Call to set up an appointment with a designer tonight at 531-301-9550. It's time for the Who Wants to Smoke segment. And Tom Brady wants to smoke. He has, according to head coach Todd Bowles of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, has temporarily stepped away from Tampa due to family reasons. Or personal reasons, excuse me. He listed personal reasons. I shouldn't say family reasons. Assumed something to do with his family. For a man that is 44, is going through the thick of it in training camp, has already retired once this season. Is there any possibility that TB12 is just done?
Very possible. Very possible. Maybe.
Is that surprising to you, though?
No.
Okay.
He's earned that right to reserve the right at any time to call it quits. Maybe he got to camp, realized what he was working with, given the he still got the injuries involved. They didn't make any huge free agency moves.
Lost his tight end.
Maybe he is just done with having to be the solution to everything. I'm not doing it. Done.
Is there any, I mean,
Gronk's not here. It's not fun anymore.
Antonio Brown's gone. You're kind of seeing a youth movement there. I mean, you still have got Leonard Fournette and
Bruce abandoned
Godwin. Yeah.
To the front office.
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly what happened. I think he might have showed up with the perennial white box that comes with it when it's time to wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Right.
You imagine Tom just walks in, he's spinning the box, whistling. Hey, Bruce, what are you up to today?
Got some mail, Bruce.
Hey, Tom, what are you doing here? I thought you retired. There's a slip in this box, Bruce,
yeah.
and it's pink. You hope everything's okay with Giselle and the kids, and obviously he's got a very tight-knit relationship with his kids, but you have to wonder how much of him is looking at Gronk sitting at home right now, and he's like, yeah, this whole Miami Dolphins tampering thing, and I just need a week. Give me 2 weeks, Todd, and I'll be back. Because it's not – there's enough of a veteran presence there. He doesn't need to be there. He's been there long enough. The system he wants to run is implemented. Everybody knows the terminology. You don't want any more wear and tear on a 44-year-old body if he's planning on coming back.
Right.
Put a percentage on it for me. What percentage do you think it is that Tom Brady starts week 1 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
45%.
I think I'm going to go a little bit higher than that. And the only reason I'm going to say 60 is because obviously there's the possibility of an injury in camp. And if that were to happen, I think he is done. Nope. The only way he wants to play is if he's healthy and he thinks he can win a Super Bowl. And maybe that's what he's evaluating. Hey, I've seen this team. Let me go home, talk to my wife. Let's see how much ESPN will pay me for Man in the Arena version 2.0. Is she still net worth over $1 billion? How good does Maui sound in October? God,
Yes, Aaron Rodgers.
It must be rough being Tom Brady. I couldn't imagine that
Horrible.
life.
The horror.
I mean, he's obviously earned the right to basically do whatever he wants, right? And if it's not something serious and he just wants the time off, is that unfair to the guys in that locker room, or is it okay because it's the GOAT?
Once again, fair is what you negotiate. And Tom Brady has
What's it say on the check?
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. His mother was battling breast cancer.
I believe
right?
she's in remission.
She's in remission. Okay. I was thinking maybe it had something to do with his mom.
I think I remember hearing that she's in remission.
She's remiss. But but even if it is, you know what? You guys figure that you guys need to work more than I do. We're going to Cabo for a week. Call me when you're ready.
Yes, she is in remission
Awesome.
as of December last, so 7-8 months ago.
Awesome.
I didn't think about that aspect because I remembered hearing about the remission. I was pretty sure.
Hopefully she's still in remission.
But you hope that's not why.
Right.
You hope it didn't come back because that's obviously absolutely a possibility. And according to Tom, it took a great toll on his sister too, who was kind of, since he was a little bit busy, was basically the one there taking care of his mother.
Tampering with Miami. Doesn't Miami have one of the best Mayo clinics in America, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, but hold on. This also,
prospecting now.
The reason I pause is because this is oddly reminiscent of, remember when LeBron came back to Cleveland?
Yeah,
and he went back to Miami for family reasons, yeah. and came back looking a little bit bulkier, we'll say, and maybe a little bit younger.
Okay, what are you trying to say?
Some of the best steroids in America.
I think Tom, TB12 is dabbling in a little.
Let me preface this with, I think steroids are healthy if they're used in the right way.
Okay.
And I think if it's a 44-year-old, how many 44-year-olds right now? I mean, we've got Multicare Medical as a sponsor of this show, and they do a ton of testosterone doses and help men get back to their normal life, and not steroids, but there's maybe steroids is the wrong word to use. Probably some sort of male enhancement that is going to help him with day-to-day life as a 44-year-old playing quarterback in the NFL
with kids half his age.
There are certain guys that need testosterone boost to walk down the stairs in the morning. This is a guy that's going to be throwing balls 60 yards downfield to wide receivers on Sundays.
Yeah,
and I'm not knocking the guys that need it. I mean, if you need it, you need it. And maybe it's one of those things that he's got some cartilage issues and needs an injection and just can't be around contact for a couple of weeks. I mean,
so they go to Germany and get the blood spinning,
or the what's it called, the stem cells.
Stem cells,
yeah, something like that. I mean, obviously there needs to be more research, and it needs to be okayed by the United States government. Okay, or maybe just I'm not even gonna get off on a political tangent,
right?
But
right.
They obviously need to take care of their body to a 10th degree more than anybody else. Their body is their way to make their money.
Yep.
And if somebody that needs that is willing to risk it to get those things, maybe it needs to be reevaluated how healthy it actually is. And again, maybe some reason it's not is because some people abuse it, and abuse anything, it's never a good thing.
Well, and we know that it speeds up recovery from workouts, from whatever. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think the NFL especially should look into this. They eased up their guidelines on marijuana. Finally, I don't know what took that so long, but
the devil's lettuce, Rob.
I know, but
criminals smoke marijuana.
This might be the next thing in line. How do we help our? I heard that.
I was gonna keep going. I couldn't.
How do we keep? Like you said, how do we keep our athletes ready to go in at peak performance?
Top 5 on Monday. You want to do top 5 nicknames for weed?
No.
Jeez. Dan, you got a list?
Oh, I got a long
list.
far
Baby. Longer than 5.
Yeah, but do you have it there? No, that's it.
I got you.
Hey, listen, if you missed this segment, it's brought to you by 402 Barbecue. As the Who Wants This Smoke segment always is. All you got to do is stop over at soundcloud.com/afterhours1620 to listen to it. All you got to do is stop by 402 Barbecue Monday through Saturday. Tell them that After Hours Central, they're going to take they're not going to take anything off. They're actually going to give you something free. They're going to give you a free soda with the purchase and the mention of our show. That's 402 Barbecue, 3027 South 84th Street. Stop by tomorrow and grab lunch. The Field of Dreams game tonight changed to our plans because we weren't sure if we were going to have an interview tonight. Luke Mullen from the Lincoln Journal-Star is going to join us at 7:30. Make sure you stick around for that as well. We'll be right back. Talking Field of Dreams, Corn, Iowa, and a whole lot more here on 1620 Zone. Hey everyone, Jimmy Allen here for Ace Handyman Services. If you've been listening to the show for a while, 4 months ago, we just bought a house. We can't thank Ace Handyman Services enough. They came out, they patched some drywall for us. They hung 3 TVs, replaced the mantle, put up my 200-inch projection screen in my basement, and got my whole home theater system ready and prepared for us. If you have a honey-do list that you don't want to do so you can watch football this fall, give Turner and the crew today at 402-702-7274. Tell Sherry, Turner, and the crew we sent you over there. Get the honey-do list taken care of this weekend. Ace Handyman Services.
At Iowa Western, your passion can quickly become your career. With more than 80 programs of study, we can put you on the right path to a rewarding career in just 2 years or less. Our caring admissions advisors and expert faculty are accessible and ready to help you find yourself and your career. Come explore your interests, your passion. Now is the time to be you at IW. Call 325-3277 today or log on at iwcc.edu.
It hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, I never smoked a cigarette. How in the hell did I get lung cancer?
I don't smoke. I've never smoked. So I started Googling. One word just kept coming up, like it was in bold and red, and it was radon.
Radon is the number 2 cause of lung cancer.
Well, you don't know if it's in your home. You got to test. You can't see it. You can't taste it. You can't smell it.
What's your level? Radon Defense Midwest can help. Visit radonradio.com for a special offer. That's radonradio.com.
Has wind or hail taken its toll on your roof or siding? Or would you just want to take some preventative action ahead of the seasonal storms? Go with local. Go with trusted. Go with Pyramid Roofing. Give Pyramid Roofing a call today and have Omaha's best roofer for the last 11 years come out and make sure there are no leaks or long-term lingering issues with your roof. Find out more at pyramidroof.com or call 402-502-9300.
PyramidRoof.com, never settle for less.
In a house in Omaha, people gather in the kitchen. They don't talk about school and work. They talk about doctors and surgeries. They're the families of Ronald McDonald House Charities in Omaha. And the kitchen is where they come together to share the struggles their children are facing. For these families, it's the little things, like a home-cooked meal even while far from home, that make the biggest difference. Volunteer to prepare a meal by visiting rmhcomaha.org.
The Salvation Army Summer Fan Program is happening now. Summer's here and temperatures are on the rise. If you or someone you know could use a boxed fan to help keep cool this season, we can assist. Just call 402-898-7700. That's 402-898-7700. Certain restrictions apply. For more information on the Summer Fan Program, log on to salarmyomaha.org or, again, call that number, 402-898-7700. The Salvation Army, doing the most good right here in the Metro.
Timber Creek Pizza Pub and Grill serves pizza with an unforgettable pizza sauce and fresh ingredients and unique combinations of bold flavors. Try customer favorites like 3 Oinks and a Moo, the Mountain Man, or the Upside Grizzly Bear. Plus, there are daily specials and menu items like tacos, salads, wings, and burgers. Stop in and check out Timber Creek's family-friendly dining environment while enjoying a popular adult beverage. Timber Creek Pizza Pub and Grill at 178th and Harrison and at timbercreekpizzaomaha.com.
What's better than smoked meats? Smoked meats and sweet treats. Get the 402 barbecue truck to come to your event or stop by 402 Barbecue's drive-thru at 84th and Spring today. Try Rob and Jimmy's favorite, it's the Cadillac. It's brisket and pork topped off with their world-famous smoked mac and cheese. Choose between one of their 6 handmade sauces to pair up with your favorite sandwich. Mention After Hours and the 402 Barbecue team will throw in a free soda with purchase.
When you think Caddyshack, you think about an unforgettable dining experience. Stop in Monday and get an $11.99 basket of ribs. Tuesdays are all about the New York strips. Celebrate a Wing Wednesday with After Hours, or grab some prime rib and a baked potato for just $11.99 on Fridays. Want to catch some live football on Sundays? Stop in and grab any burger and domestic draft beer or soda for just $11.99. Caddyshack has 2 great locations, off 117th and Blondo and 180th and Harrison. Caddyshack, the official watering hole of After Hours on 1620 The Zone.
You're listening to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
Is this heaven? No, it's just the After Hours Lounge. Jimmy Allen, Rob Love, Dan Campen in studio with you tonight. This hour is brought to you by Cabinet Design Studios. Their talented designers will bring your dream kitchen to life. Cabinet Design Studios provides a complete design from flooring to ceiling, including cabinets, countertops, tile, plumbing, light fixtures, and more. Visit cabinetsomaha.com for more information or call to set up an appointment with a designer at 531-301-9550. If you hate how your bathroom looks, it doesn't just have to be the kitchen. You can get a new faucet in the bathroom. If you can't do the dishes properly, you can get a brand new countertop and sink in your kitchen tonight, courtesy of Cabinet Design Studios. Field of Dreams. They're doing it again. Did you like it last year? And are you okay with them bringing it back?
If I may say, loved it last year.
Hated this year?
Not really okay with it this year.
Feel the same way, by the way.
Why do you put the Cubs in there? It's a movie about the Chicago Black Sox.
Well, the Cubs are the local team to
Iowa.
To that.
But to Dan's point.
So are the White Sox, though. But
yeah, well, they don't have a AAA team in Iowa. Like
they don't.
The Iowa Cubs.
I forgot about that.
But with that being said, this has nothing to do with AAA baseball. This is about the movie. And like Dan said, it's about the Chicago Black Sox. To me, you needed to find a way. If you were going to do this, if you were going to be fully committed and need to do this, you needed to find a way to make sure it was on the White Sox schedule every year. And hey, listen, if you can get one of the bigger market teams like they did a year ago in the Yankees, I'm fine with that too. An even cooler thing would be is if you just did the Chicago versus Chicago series in Iowa. I mean, I think you would get people that would travel for that game. Might get some pretty ticked off Chicagoers. What? Chicago Knights?
Chicagoans?
Windy City or
Chicagoans. I think that's right. I like Good
enough.
I like Windy Cityers better, actually. People from the second city might be a little upset about that. But I was deathly afraid when I saw it the first time, and I saw the dollar signs rolling, and I went, "Oh no, this is going to become a thing, and it's going to become corporatized, and it's going to be awful." And right now it's the middle of the first. It's 3-0 Cubs, which brings me to my next point. Not only did you get the Cubs, you got maybe the worst team in Major League Baseball in the Reds to play opposite of them. I hope this falls flat on its face.
I will admit the one best thing about the Field of Dreams game is that
it's going to be over after tonight.
Yeah. I mean, whomever does it, they always give them, a pretty cool like throwback uniform and like a throwback hat to wear. And the uniforms are at least, period appropriate. And I do like that it's baseball in Iowa because it always seemed like one of those things that you'd get made fun of for at school. They'd be like, "Well, have you been to the Field of Dreams? Have you been to the Field of Dreams?"
Dan, have you actually been? You have been there.
Of course, yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, okay. I thought I was about to tell a cool story about how I've been there and thought I was going to be special, but there goes that. Now that it is what it is,
right?
There are I think they added 7 more fields, so 8 total. They're going to do Little League baseball and softball there on top of hosting high school games. Does that ruin the allure of it?
Yes,
I agree. I think it's become too much corporate America. It's a lot. Granted, I think looking back now is the right thing to do to move the College World Series downtown, and the Chuck is absolutely beautiful and a great place to watch baseball. But you've taken this place that was special because I don't want to call it hallowed ground because it was a movie, but I mean, it had a special place because it was in a cornfield. It wasn't corporate America. It didn't have all the ability to host. You can find a place that can host 8 baseball games in like 11 spots in this city alone.
Crazy thing is that movie wasn't really. It had baseball in it, but it wasn't a baseball movie.
I mean, it wasn't even really about the Chicago Black Sox.
It wasn't. You know, it was about
like
a young man. It's okay.
Okay.
I think Kevin Costner's movies are for a certain generation and era.
You could say old white guys. It's okay.
Well, trying to not get us the call from.
Listen, I love Kevin Costner, and I'm an old white guy, so I'll take one for the team. Yellowstone is probably my favorite show on TV.
I haven't seen it yet. I know you keep telling me I gotta see it.
Amazing. Not very Kevin Costner-esque either. So
The Bodyguard was probably my favorite movie with him. Houston.
What's the one with him and Ashton Kutcher? The Guardian? No, no, it's
Isn't that where he's the
Guardian, where
Guardian?
the rescue swimmers.
Yeah.
It has one of my favorite lines from any movie. Ashton Kutcher's character he used to be a all-state high school swimmer, and he has the number 2 tattooed on his left shoulder blade. And the love interest in the movie goes, "What's this number 2 for?" And he said, "It's so the guy behind me knows what place he came in." I'm like, that's a great line. Dan, were you a fan of the movie?
Of The Guardian?
No, well, either or. I was talking Field of Dreams. Sorry.
Field of Dreams, yes. I watch it probably more times than I should. It holds a really special place in my heart.
We're just crapping all over it. And Dan's like, "Oh, I love this movie." Why, Dan?
Well, it is. I mean, it's kind of, quote unquote, officially like the one movie that men can cry during. But if I can get emotional
Have
for
you
just
never seen Friday Night Lights?
You ever seen Lassie?
Of course I've seen
Old
Lassie. But so when I
Hold
was
on, wait, isn't Lassie a TV show?
It's fine.
It was a movie too?
I think they did make a movie feature length film.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Dan. Why is Field of Dreams special to you?
So it never fails to make me cry. Number 1, it's a movie about baseball. Number 2, it's a movie about family. And when I was younger, I lost my dad.
Sure. That's kind of where I thought this was going.
And yes, it's when his dad comes out of the cornfield and he's like, "Hey man, you want to have a catch?" I'm always like, "Oh my God, he gets to see his dad."
But that's what I meant when I said that movie is for a certain generation and era. And for that special case scenario, there are many people that can empathize and put themselves in that young man's shoes.
Oh yeah.
And so of course it's a tearjerker. And
we're gonna steal Connor Happer's shtick for a second. Dan, do you have the After Hours Twitter page up?
Yes, I do.
Will you create a poll question?
Of course.
Are home runs cooler if you hit them into a cornfield? Yes or no? At After Hours 1620 on Twitter. Let us know what your thoughts are. Answer that for me. Yes or no?
No.
Is it funny that I knew the answer to that before I asked?
Yeah. I don't. Okay, so like we're watching the game right now. This is a full-fledged Major League Baseball park.
Right.
In the middle of a corner. It doesn't even look legit anymore.
There's advertising on the billboard.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. It's too legit.
Yeah,
it's too corporate.
Yeah. I mean, they might as well be in Cincinnati.
It looks nothing like the original Field of Dreams at all.
I will double down on Dan's thought, though. Those uniforms are pretty sweet. I think
I do like the throwback.
I'm more partial to the Reds than I am the Cubs uniforms. Now, you can catch the game on Fox, but just keep it on mute. Keep us on here. Dan, look, I mean, do me. I know you're busy right now, but turn around for me for a second. They're going to show a shot of this field. Does this look anything like it was when you were there? Because this doesn't look anything like the field that when I think it was 11, and it looks like a completely different place.
Oh yeah, no, it's 100% different and way more corporate. When I went there, when I was, I guess, sort of younger, maybe like 9 or 10, so that would have been, I guess, in like 2003 or 4.
Yes, Dan, because you're not 50 either.
Yes, I am not 50, unlike Jimmy Allen.
I beat all of you because I went in 93, 94.
Because you are old.
I am.
They used to still have the bleachers.
The corn was the outfield wall. Henceforth, there was no outfield wall. I mean, it was still in its original form. Matter of fact, when I went there,
did you hate when they put up the wall last year? I was like, just leave the corn, man.
I'm like, this is dumb.
I know it's for safety purposes, but I was like, come on.
When I went there, they were still the original property owners and the neighboring property owners were still going through the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Over who the land belonged to.
Do you know what I think else you need to do? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. You know what else you need to do for this game? You can't have other games going on. No. Baltimore and Boston are playing right now. If you're going to make this the deal, it needs to be the deal.
I just think I think it's a good concept. I think basing it around the movie, I get it. It was cool when because they did it back in I swear they did this back in the 90s on the original field, and they rolled in extra bleachers.
This is still technically the original field.
Well,
it's just got.
I'm saying without the
make sure you go to MLB.com.
Yeah, without the modern day walls and stuff. Like they played a game there.
Geico's making
sure what it was? It wasn't a real game. They had the old timers come out and play. That's what it was. It was a Legends game that they would have out there. And they played it on the actual field that was in the movie.
You know it's going to be hilarious. It is 3-0 right now, Cubs, but not a single home run has been hit. And there was so much made a year ago about how it's unfair advantage when Aaron Judge is literally probably hitting into the next property owner's cornfield. It's going to be hilarious if they don't hit a single home run tonight.
I like I said, I like the concept. I think they should take this on the road. And pick a there's more than just this famous ballpark, and this isn't even a real ballpark. I mean, it is now.
I said, oh no, get at the warning track, get it. Yes, no home runs.
So they let a little bit of corn grow inside the outfield.
I'm gonna be rooting for not a single home run in this game.
Oh man,
yeah. There was and I've been trying to find since we started this segment. I've been trying to find it the whole time. There was. I want to say confirmation that there's going to be a hologram of Harry Carey at this event.
That'll be cool.
Is it?
I mean, they do Tupac, they do Michael Jackson.
I know, but it's gonna be very important how he is presented.
More so how he sounds. I think that's the most important.
I heard Connor say that he would like to see Will Ferrell just show up as Harry Carey, which, by the way, is one of the funniest things that you'll ever see on the internet. But Field Dreams game going on right now, 3-0. Cubs over the Reds in the top of the first. The Reds do have 2 on, 2 outs. We'll keep you updated as this game goes along. Jimmy Allen, Rob Love, Dan Campion in studio tonight. That segment was brought to you by Pyramid Roofing. Check it out at SoundCloud.com/afterhours1620. If you have wind or hail damage on your roof or siding this year, let the number one roofer 11 straight years come out and take care of your roofing, siding, or gutter project. Give Pyramid Roofing a call at 402-502-9300 or check out pyramidroof.com to book a free estimate tonight. Dan Campion is going to troll the social medias and tell us what's trending on social media when we come back here on 1620 Zone.
Hey everyone, Rob Love here for Genesec Florist and Greenhouse. Are you in the doghouse right now with the lady in your life? Want to get out and save some money while doing it? Head over to omaha-florist.com. Let Genesec Florist and Greenhouse bail you out today. Use our promo code 1620 and save $20 off your order. Keep the missus happy. Don't forget omaha-florist.com. Promo code 1620. Use it today. Use it early. Use it often. Use it whenever, however many times you'd like for her anniversary, her birthday, your dog's birthday, whatever.
We all have that family member who doesn't check the weather and their car gets dinged up by hail. Or they turn left on Dodge and bam, their car's in the shop. Well, stop over at 20th and Broadway next to Tobacco Hut in Council Bluffs at Jeff's Body Shop and mention you heard about them on After Hours. They'll take $100 off your visit, help meet your deductible, and get you back on the road tonight. Jeff's Body Shop, 20th and Broadway in Council Bluffs. Call to set up an appointment at 712-256-0552.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
You can feel it. There's a new kind of energy. It's Maverick Energy. Be a part of the new energy as the Omaha Mavericks run through the 2022-23 sports seasons. Hockey, basketball, volleyball, baseball, and more. Big energy, big games. Mavericks season tickets for every sport you follow are available now. Get yours by visiting the Baxter Arena box office, calling 402-554-MAVS, or clicking omavs.com/picks. Feel the energy. Maverick Energy.
Football season is right around the corner, and with 2 convenient locations, you're not going to find a better spot to catch the game than Caddyshack. Stop by our location on 117th and Blondo or 180th and Harrison for all the college and pro football action you can handle. Tuesdays are all-day happy hour, and you can get $1 off everything. Wednesdays are 16-ounce draws for just $1.50, and Sundays we have $5 bomb shots all day long. So come out and catch your favorite team at Caddyshack.
In a house in Omaha, people gather in the kitchen. They don't talk about school and work. They talk about doctors and surgeries. They're the families of Ronald McDonald House Charities in Omaha. And the kitchen is where they come together to share the struggles their children are facing. For these families, it's the little things, like a home-cooked meal even while far from home, that make the biggest difference. Volunteer to prepare a meal by visiting rmhcomaha.org.
Hello, I'm Doug Nodgard with Equitable Bank. If you've been dissatisfied with your current banking situation, maybe it's time to move to a bank that works to deserve your business. We have an engaged staff that offers exceptional personalized service. We also have a great digital banking platform. We have 2 locations at 108th and Dodge or 202nd and Pacific. So if you're looking for a superior banking relationship, give us a call at 402-827-8100. We'll answer on the first ring. Equitable Bank, we take banking personally. Member FDIC.
Watching a ball game at Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill is just, well, pretty awesome, actually. And it doesn't matter if you prefer the college dink or the big league crack of the bat. There's nothing better than watching a game with a cold, frosty one, Oscar's Pizza, or award-winning char-buffed wings with Oscar's Thai chili bourbon wing sauce. And with daily lunch and dinner specials, it's really a no-brainer. So get ready to watch your favorite team play ball at Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill, 173rd and West Center Road, and takeout at 162nd and Maple. Did you forget your wife's birthday? Did this commercial remind you that it's tomorrow? No problem. Janisek Florist and Greenhouse has you covered. Head over to omaha-florist.com and use promo code 1620. Not only will Janisek Florist and Greenhouse make sure your order is there and make the missus believe you never forgot, but you can also use that promo code on your next order. Anniversaries, birthdays, Janisek has you covered. Janisek Florist and Greenhouse, bailing out men since 1913.
Now back to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
$6:50 on a Thursday night inside the After Hours Lounge. This hour is brought to you by Cabinet Design Studios. Their talented designers will bring your dream kitchen to life. Cabinet Design Studios provides a complete design from flooring to ceiling, including cabinets, countertops, tile, plumbing, and light fixtures. Visit cabinetsomaha.com for more information or call to set up an appointment with a designer tonight at 531-301-9550. You know how tired I am. I almost said this hour is brought to you. This cabinet's brought to you by Hours.
Yeah, I heard you.
It's going to be a long stretch here, folks. If you're still out there with us, we really, really appreciate it.
Finish strong.
Good news is we did lie to you this morning. We told you Mike Sauter would be in for Damon Benning tomorrow. He will not be. Rob Love will be back with me on Sharp and Benning in the morning. So if this 2 hours isn't bad enough for you, come get more of it tomorrow for 4 more hours. More. Dan Campion, you're going to tell us what's trending on social media. What do you got for us tonight?
Yes, sir. Well, we've always known that Sean McVay is an absolute freakish person. Mentally, he's just got a high rate of acuity. And let's just take a listen to what's going on here.
4:29 in the second quarter, 2nd and 7 on the Saints 7. What happens?
Oh, Josh Reynolds touchdown off schedule play versus a 3-man rush.
You're absolutely right.
Are you kidding me?
You're unbelievable.
It's like a
Now we
computer.
are going to go to, this is
Just for context, so just pause it, Dan. Just pause. That was 3 years ago. So he broke down a play in the middle of a game 3 years ago. Go ahead and give us the second one, Dan.
This is Sean McVay's time in Washington.
9 years
so
ago.
we're bringing it back to 2015, week 7. Bucks at Skins.
Yep.
2nd and 7 on the Tampa Bay 24. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Jamison Crowder wheel route down the right sideline.
Jamison Crowder wheel route down the right sideline. Set up the first down, and then how did that drive end?
Jordan Reed touchdown and a 4x1 individual ISO slant.
And what meme was that game?
You like that?
He's good. He's real good. Check out the brain on Sean.
You're amazing.
Week
12. This is why he just got paid all the money that he just did. Not only did he win a Super Bowl, he might be a literal genius.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday. This guy remembers exactly how many people came on a pass rush 7 years ago.
Well, how many times do you think he watches film from
7 years ago?
Yeah.
Probably not, from 7 years ago, probably not a whole lot.
It takes
I mean, those concepts are developed at this point, but
true. I have to think that coaches like there aren't very many.
I was
Like
gonna say,
Belichick,
32 guys can't do that.
No,
32 guys in
no,
the world can't
no,
do that.
No. But there are a handful. You know, I could see, for instance, we know Tom Brady watches film.
Yeah.
In his spare time. You know what I mean? Why I guess if you're trying to look at, he's a coach, so his mental game is against other coaches. Okay, this D coordinator was with so and so, 2-3 years ago. They had a really good season that year.
On 2nd and 3, they lined up like this, so we need to know. Yeah, I
so you got to have an archive.
You know what I want now? I want to see how many it would take before he would get one wrong. That's what I want. How far would we have to get into the Rolodex to find out that where he doesn't remember something that happened?
Him and Tony Romo should have a competition.
So hold on, because here's the thing about Romo. Don't get me, I get what you're getting to, and I love watching Romo break down games and things before they happen. But a lot of that is because he's in the meeting rooms with those teams during the week, not because he knows how they lined up and remember. Tony's been out of the game long enough now to where it probably looks completely different across all 32 teams.
Oh, definitely.
Except for maybe New England.
Yeah. No, he definitely has a life in the booth after.
He's only 36, man.
I said I would. Hey, man, I won one. Peace. I'm out.
You just
I'm gonna go to the booth.
Just got an extension yesterday, so he's sticking around for a little while longer.
But you know what I mean? Like,
I'm with you.
At what point is your stock ever going to be higher?
Let the team finally burn out and get to a rebuild, and then worry about it.
They're the Rams.
Keep it
real.
They're due for it. And my completely non-biased opinion. Hey, if you missed the social media soundbite, check it out, soundcloud.com/afterhours1620. That segment was brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing. If your business doesn't have a website, or if you need to increase your social media presence, or you don't exactly know what geofencing is, but you know you can benefit from your business being represented in a certain portion of the city, check out pixelfiremarketing.com for more information about how they can help you with that. Build your website, design your logo, and a whole lot more. Pixelfiremarketing.com is the official sponsor of the social media soundbite on After Hours on 1620 The Zone. Top of the hour made this time for the top 5. We're giving you the top 5 worst sports takes we've ever had. Some of them happened on this show here on 1620 The Zone. Hey, everybody. Jimmy Allen here for our friends at Jeff's Body Shop. We all have that family member that can't drive. They hit a curb and just say, oops, turn right into a parking spot and just smash into the car in front of them. bam, their car's in the shop. If that's happened to you or somebody you know, stop over at 15 South 20th Street in Council Bluffs, right off 15th and Broadway. Tell the guys at Jeff's After Hours sent you. They're going to take $100 off your visit and help you meet that deductible and get you back on the road tonight. It's Jeff's Body Shop, 15 South 20th Street, just a hop, jump, and skip away over in Council Bluffs.
Cabinet Design Studios, the Metro's premier cabinet shop for your dream kitchen. Designers are on site to assist you with your complete kitchen remodel. Visit our showroom to select your cabinets, countertops, tile, plumbing, and lighting fixtures, and design your dream kitchen. Cabinet Design Studio is located at 146th and Industrial Road in Omaha. Visit cabinetsomaha.com for more information or call now to set up an appointment with a talented designer at 531-301-9550.
Buy your next vehicle your way from anywhere with Woodhouse. Start your journey online at woodhouse.com. Easily shop all new and pre-owned inventory, explore payment options and apply for financing. Ready to purchase? Schedule your new vehicle for pickup from the dealership or have it delivered to your driveway. Need a little extra help in determining your perfect vehicle? Our knowledgeable and local dealerships can guide you to the vehicle that best matches your needs. Experience car buying your way with Woodhouse, a trusted auto partner since 1975.
We all have that family member who doesn't check the weather and their car gets dinged up by hail. Or they turn left on Dodge and bam, their car is in the shop. Well, stop over at 20th and Broadway next to Tobacco Hut in Council Bluffs at Jeff's Body Shop and mentioned you heard about them on After Hours. They'll take $100 off your visit, help meet your deductible, and get you back on the road tonight. Jeff's Body Shop, 20th and Broadway in Council Bluffs. Call to set up an appointment at 712-256-0552.
No better time than now to focus on your garden or landscape. Come shop Lanaha's Garden Center, filled with the area's best quality plants, flowers, and trees. Rooted in quality, unmatched value. Lanaha Nurseries, 192nd and Center.
Summer is over. It's time to settle into your back-to-school routine. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. As teachers, we're excited to see our students again. Parents, help your child. Set a time and a quiet place for homework and establish bedtime routines so your child will be rested and ready to learn. Help us make a bright new beginning for our students this year.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Zone TV is now live at 1620thezone.com, powered by Tickets for Less. Watch us live and see what's happening from behind the scenes every weekday from 6A to 6B. No matter how you listen or watch, it's still AM radio. 1620 The Zone TV, powered by Tickets for Less. Find tickets for all your favorite events, concerts, and more, both local and outside Nebraska, at ticketsforless.com. Do our Zone guys have a face for radio? You decide. Watch us today on Zone TV, powered by Tickets for Less at 1620thezone.com.
I'm Casey Kane. You would think that as NASCAR's 2004 Rookie of the Year, I get my biggest thrill driving fast. But it's off the racetrack that I get one of life's greatest rewards, helping others through volunteer service. Working with kids is one way that I try to make a difference. The first time I visited chronically ill children in the hospital, I found out just how rewarding volunteering could be. By giving a little of my time, it brightened their day. I was so inspired that I started my own foundation to help sick children and kids without an opportunity to have a better chance at life. Through volunteer service, you learn things about the people you're helping, and you find out a few things about yourself. Volunteering is a rush, just like taking the checkered flag. Go to volunteer.gov to find out what drives you.
This is President George W. Bush. USA Freedom Corps has a volunteer opportunity that's just right for you. Visit volunteer.gov. When you help your neighbor, you help your nation.
It's football season. Do you really want to spend your weekend doing the honey-do list? Grab a seat on the couch and call Ace Handyman Services at 402-702-7274. Let Ace Handyman Services come out, patch that drywall, mount that TV, and fix the fence so you don't have to chase Fido down the street while your team's QB is diving for a touchdown. Ace Handyman Services, 402-702-7274. Now serving Omaha and Lincoln.
Did you forget your wife's birthday? Did this commercial remind you that it's tomorrow? No problem. Genesec Florist and Greenhouse has you covered. Head over to omaha-florist.com and use promo code 1620. Not only will Genesec Florist and Greenhouse make sure your order is there and make the missus believe you never forgot, but you can also use that promo code on your next order. Anniversaries, birthdays, Genesec has you covered. Genesec Florist and Greenhouse, bailing out men since 1913.
Shop Woodhouse Place Hyundai and Nissan, 144th and Giles. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs.
Stop the second hour inside the After Hours Lounge. Jimmy Allen, Rob Love, live in studio. Dan Campion producing this here joint. This hour is brought to you by Iowa Western Community College. Fall sports are going on over on campus at Iowa Western. Check out iwcc.edu and buy tickets. Check out Scott Strohmeyer's football team. They've got a great basketball team lined up this year. Coach Flo has returned to take over the women's basketball program. Lots of stuff going on over at campus. Head over to iwcc.edu. Check it all out today and become a Reaver. Freezing Cold Takes author Fred Siegel published a book. It's called Football Media's Most Inaccurate Predictions and the Worst Takes Behind and the Stories Behind Them. Sorry. He was on the Connor Happer show today and got me to thinking about some of the worst takes that I've had in my life, and what Rob, Dan, and I here are going to give you our 5 worst predictions we've ever made that didn't even come close to being true, and make fun of ourselves along the way. If you have any that you'd like to weigh on, let us know. 402-951-1620. Dan, I'm assuming you've made a list because you seem pretty excited about this.
Yes, I have made a list.
What do you got for number 5?
Number 5, and this one, they're all terrible. So, I mean, I guess that goes without saying. Yeah. Johnny Manziel will be the savior of the Cleveland Browns.
You definitely weren't alone in that. I have a couple of friends who didn't have favorite NFL football teams that were going to root for whoever Johnny Manziel went to. Life has not been great for them since then.
I can only imagine.
What do you
Even with the mic off, that was funny.
What do you got for number 5?
Tom Brady will never leave Foxborough.
I don't know if that's a bad take. I mean, a lot of things had to happen for that to happen.
Shocking.
It was that I agree with.
Especially with all the drama leading up to it.
I mean, you could throw in that he wouldn't play past 40 or win a Super Bowl.
Any of those would work, yes. He can't win an MVP past 40 years old.
My number 5 is looking back. Like, I was adamant about this too. I thought Hasheem Thabeet was going to dominate the NBA because of how big he looked in college.
This is not the first time you've said this.
Yeah, like it was like I don't even know why. It's not like I was like a huge fan of his in college at UConn or anything, but like I just saw how good he was at UConn. I was like, this is totally going to translate to the NBA. And then I remember seeing how small he looked in an NBA jersey. And I went, oh, no. Yeah, it didn't work out for him very well in the NBA. Dan, what do you got number 4?
Number 4, the number 2 pick in the 2019 draft out of Murray State is overrated. You might know him better as one Ja Morant.
Yeah.
I was super duper heavy on the Ja Morant is overrated. He's only played against small schools. He's not going to pan out in the NBA. He's too small. He's too skinny. Blah, 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 blah. I'm an idiot.
Etc.
My number 2 is very similar to this. It's not Ja Morant related, but you'll get a kick out of it. What do you got for number 4?
Jim Harbaugh won't get to a college football playoff.
Yeah, you're anti.
I was adamant about that.
You still are kind of anti Harbaugh guy a little bit.
But he's my guy though because I met him in person.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We drank champagne together. It was beautiful.
But you don't like him.
Coaching the wrong team.
My number 4 is Reggie Bush will be a better pro football player than Adrian Peterson.
Oof.
Not so much. One guy in the Hall of Fame, one guy had to hand his Heisman Trophy back.
Unfortunately for Reginald.
Hey, can we just give it back to him? Like, come on.
Man. I think they did, didn't they?
No.
They didn't?
Like, literally, the Supreme Court has ruled it basically a crime what the NCAA was doing. Let Reggie back at USC. Give him the Heisman Trophy back. Give the Tattoo 5 their wins back at Ohio State.
Yes.
Dan, what do you got for number 3?
Number 3, and this one's less of a cold take as it is in improper take, but LeBron James will never be as good as Michael Jordan.
That's a great take.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
It is actually a horrible
millennial.
So are you going to tell us that you think LeBron is better than Michael?
No.
Okay.
I think that comparing these two men is inappropriate because they both do fairly different things. Michael Jordan.
You're right. Michael Jordan wins championships. LeBron loses them.
Exactly. Michael Jordan was the primary ball scorer on the Bulls and was the dominant force on that team.
He was the primary defender too, though. I mean, I think people lose track of that. He did win a couple defensive players of the year.
Yeah, I'll have to get my basketball reference book that has all of his championship seasons and just all of his seasons laid out by like where statistically he was best.
My Michael Jordan statistic book is sitting right there. So
I'm pretty good at it.
What do you got for number 3?
There's no way Barry Bonds is on roids.
Yes. I love it. That's great. That's fantastic. I mean, just his forehead. Is that where you're at? I was like, yeah, maybe he's just injecting the shot up there.
I mean, the forehead, the fact that.
Did you think maybe he just got fat? I've heard some people. I remember some people saying
maybe he's getting older. You know what I mean?
So he could bench press
you
a
can't
car.
Find
now.
a jersey. They have to stitch 2 jerseys together to fit him.
Hey, Barry's just hitting the Whataburger too often.
Him and Mark McGuire for that matter.
Mark was always kind of a bigger guy.
He was stock. You know, he was doing his thing back.
I mean, he wasn't 97 big, but he was just always a bigger guy.
Right.
My number 3 is that Allen Iverson would be better than Kobe Bryant.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember me and my.
That's fair though. On draft day, that was a fair assessment though.
Me and Blake were my friend Blake were having a discussion when we were much younger men, obviously, and it was his grandpa was talking to us, and I was like, Allen Iverson's going to be the next Michael Jordan, and Blake was like, no man, it's going to be Kobe Bryant, that kid that got drafted by the Lakers, and I was like, I don't even know who that is. Didn't he just come out of high school? I was wrong. I was very, very wrong.
It took a couple years for Kobe to get going to what we knew Kobe is now.
Getting Phil Jackson didn't hurt.
That's true.
Dan, who do you got for number 2?
Number 2 is Bryce Harper, and I put no way a high schooler deserves this much hype, or should he be pulled out of high school?
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad take. I'm still standing by that. It's worked out for him, but I still hate it. I hate everything about that.
I think it's worked out for him, but I don't think the hype train needs to start for a team.
0 championships, by the way. That, more importantly, I get it's very cool that the kids that are participating in the Little League World Series get to be on TV. There's absolutely no reason that anybody should have a betting line on those games. And there's no reason that these kids should have this much exposure because it's just not healthy.
NIL, baby.
Can you imagine?
There was
a
7-year-old. Remember the Little League World Series video game?
No, I don't.
I want to say maybe Sega Genesis / Super Nintendo era.
75th anniversary in Williamsport this year.
Hey man,
what do you got for number 2?
The Cleveland Cavs will never win a title in my lifetime.
Do you have that take about anybody right now?
Ooh, Luka Doncic. And I'm not trolling you. I really do believe that.
Go to break, Dan. No.
It's gonna have for Luka. It's gonna happen where he actually joins another 2 or 3 guys.
I think he needs to get a piece for sure.
He does.
I agree with that. My number 2 is also basketball related. Steph Curry was just a flash in the pan in the NCAA tournament at Dayton and isn't an NBA player. I remember having a conversation with somebody that was like, he's not going to be able to hit those shots from that far away with bigger guys in his face.
And he had the ankle issues all the time.
Oh, yeah. He'd have to come off the court in the shoes. And that
his ankles were...
It's weird how much healthier you get when you have a lot of money, though. That's probably got a little bit.
Reconstruction surgery.
Getting professional doctors to take care of your feet probably helps a lot too.
I like me now.
But I mean, at that point, nobody. He redefined the way the game's played.
Yeah,
and I was just like, "There's no way you're going to be able to hit those shots against better competition." And plus, he came from Dayton. It was like, okay, cool. Like this kid's going to be out of the NBA in 3 years. No,
he was at Davidson.
Davidson. Yeah,
you got it.
And it was like, who's going to waste a draft pick on this kid? Oh, somebody that just wins 4 rings because of it. Dan, what's your number one worst freezing cold take of all time?
So now I forgot to turn on my mic. Who am I?
That's okay.
Best Rob Love impersonation.
All right. So you might remember around, I believe it was 2007.
Yeah,
vaguely.
I was there.
I'm
old enough to remember 2007, Dan.
I'm just trying to pin down exactly how old you are, Jimmy.
34, man.
I'm not going to forget that now too, which is the best part. I've mentioned it a bunch.
I think I'm just going to see how many times I can drop the number 34 into a show. Go ahead, Dan.
Love it. All right. Around 2007, a lot of newspapers had this take as well, especially around the Green Bay area.
I was working at the World Herald at this time.
Aaron Rodgers won't pan out.
This was
Brett Favre is our quarterback.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers will not pan out.
Dan, you can go to hell. Because I can't imagine what my life would be like if I just went from Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer and had 2 quarterbacks in my lifetime in my franchise. You guys are so spoiled. I cannot wait till Rodgers hangs them. But you know what's going to happen? They're going to trade for Stroud or Bryce Young next year, and they're just going to get another one. God, I hate the Packers.
The luckiest team on the earth.
How many times Brett Favre broke my heart as a kid? Way too many. What's your number one?
You know how many times
Pete Carroll's going to give the ball to Marshawn Lynch, and they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, it should have happened. Is that making a bad take? Because they're going to win 2 in a row. Even part of me to this day, maybe this is the worst take, is it's still kind of genius because everybody knew what was coming, what should have happened, which makes the call. He just outcoached himself. He got too cute.
Is that the biggest blunder in sports history, possibly?
No, and here's why. There's no guarantee Marshawn was getting in if they gave it to him. I mean, you can't.
I'm going to walk out.
You can't say for sure.
He drugged 3 people to the goal line.
Maybe he was tired. No, listen. He could have slipped.
Yeah, he had 4 downs to get it.
Yeah,
an inch.
Know. But everybody knew it was coming, though.
Then
except for
good
Butler.
luck stopping it.
Except for the
you knew it was
Butler.
coming last play too.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a draw play though, and they caught him a little on their heels.
I know that's okay. I forgot that it was first down. I forgot about that. But the fact is,
the worst play call in NFL history. Period.
Agreed,
that one play.
Agreed. But there's no guarantee that something else wouldn't have went wrong. Russ could have fumbled the snap. Something else could have happened.
Could have been a power outage.
Yeah, it happened once in the Super Bowl. Have I ever told you that story?
I think so.
I'm going to tell in Dan's Man Cave in the next segment.
Right.
I'm going to get to my number one. My number one worst take of all time is that this kid from Texas Tech that threw 1,349 passes before he ever got out of college, that Andy Reid was dumb enough to trade up and go get to play quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. Arm was burnt out before he even got out of college. Oh, he's just made it to 4 AFC championships and won a Super Bowl against my favorite team in that time in Patrick Mahomes. I did not think Patrick Mahomes was going to be good at football. I was very wrong.
I remember saying to myself, oh, that's Patrick Mahomes' kid.
Yeah.
I remember his dad pitching with Minnesota. So
it's really funny that we're kind of hitting that moment because I think back to when we had Paul Lamanji in the West Side Warriors and Damon tweeted out, I'm officially Caleb's dad. I thought that was pretty funny. Hey, if you missed that segment, it was the top 5. Check it out, SoundCloud.com/afterhours1620. The segment was brought to you by Janisek Florist and Greenhouse. If you're in the doghouse with the missus right now and you want to get out and save yourself some money before she changes the locks on you, head over to omaha-florist.com. Use promo code 1620. Eric and the team are going to take $20 off your order. The great news is you can use it as many times as you want. If you need to get out of the doghouse tonight and her birthday's next week, you can use promo code 1620 at omaha-florist.com again next week. And the crew at Janisek are going to take $20 off your order then as well. It is 7:15 on a Thursday night. We're talking to Dan Campion about what's going on in his life when we come back here on 1620 The Zone. Hey, everybody, Jimmy Allen here for Caddyshack Bar and Grill. If you don't know what to do for lunch tomorrow, I've got an idea for you. Head over to 117th Blondo or 181st and Harrison. Try Caddyshack's buffalo chicken sandwich. They find a way to perfectly melt the cheese around the chicken. It is the best buffalo chicken sandwich I've ever had. Caddyshack Bar and Grill has 2 great locations, 117th and Blonde or 181st and Harrison. Stop by tomorrow. Grab lunch, grab drinks. Tell them After Hours sent you.
Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Sunny and hot into the evening with the temperatures in the lower 90s. We mostly clear tonight and actually cools off into the mid 60s for a low. Hot weather again for Friday, high temperatures up into the mid 90s. I am Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby from KETV News Watch 7.
The Salvation Army Summer Fan Program is happening now. Summer's here and temperatures are on the rise. If you or someone you know could use a boxed fan to help keep cool this season, we can assist. Just call 402-898-7700. That's 402-898-7700. Certain restrictions apply. For more information on the Summer Fan Program, log on to salarmyomaha.org or, again, call that number, 402-898-7700. The Salvation Army, doing the most good right here in the Metro.
Cabinet Design Studios, the Metro's premier cabinet shop for your dream kitchen. Designers are on site to assist you with your complete kitchen remodel. Visit our showroom to select your cabinets, countertops, tile, plumbing, and lighting fixtures, and design your dream kitchen. Cabinet Design Studio is located at 146th and Industrial Road in Omaha. Visit cabinetsomaha.com for more information or call now to set up an appointment with a talented designer at 531-301-9550.
Marvin Windows has long been known for their lasting value and beauty. Karp's Complete Home Exteriors is Omaha's first authorized Marvin Windows replacement contractor. For a free estimate, call Karp's Complete Home Exteriors or visit karpsomaha.com.
Zone TV is now live at 1620thezone.com. Powered by Tickets for Less. Watch us live and see what's happening from behind the scenes every weekday from 6A to 6B. No matter how you listen or watch, it's still AM radio. 1620 The Zone TV, powered by Tickets for Less. Find tickets for all your favorite events, concerts, and more, both local and outside Nebraska at ticketsforless.com. Do our Zone guys have a face for radio? You decide. Watch us today on Zone TV, powered by Tickets for Less at 1620thezone.com.
As a veteran, you get a lot of advice. But wisdom's harder to come by. A lot of people imagine themselves in our shoes without understanding the weight on our shoulders. The truth is, few can understand the pressure of finding your own way after serving in the military. But few isn't none. You've got support. You can't control the chaos, but you can chart your way through it. Steady yourself. Take a breath. You're not alone. Learn more at maketheconnection.net.
It's football season. Do you really want to spend your weekend doing the honey-do list? Grab a seat on the couch and call Ace Handyman Services at 402-702-7274. Let Ace Handyman Services come out, patch that drywall, mount that TV, and fix the fence so you don't have to chase Fido down the street while your team's QB is diving for a touchdown. Ace Handyman Services, 402-702-7274. Now serving Omaha and Lincoln.
We all have that family member who doesn't check the weather and their car gets dinged up by hail. Or they turn left on Dodge and bam, their car's in the shop. Well, stop over at 20th and Broadway next to Tobacco Hut in Council Bluffs at Jeff's Body Shop and mention you heard about them on After Hours. They'll take $100 off your visit, help meet your deductible, and get you back on the road tonight. Jeff's Body Shop, 20th and Broadway in Council Bluffs. Call to set up an appointment at 712-256-0552.
At Iowa Western, your passion can quickly become your career. With more than 80 programs of study, we can put you on the right path to a rewarding career in just 2 years or less. Our caring admissions advisors and expert faculty are accessible and ready to help you find yourself and your career. Come explore your interests, your passion. Now is the time to be you at IW. Call 325-3277 today or log on at iwcc.edu.
You are listening to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
It's 7:20 on a Thursday night inside the After Hours Lounge. This hour is brought to you by Iowa Western Community College. Don't forget to check out Reaver Athletics this fall. Football will be in the full swing of things. Don't be surprised if Scott Strohmeyer and the crew get back to the national championship. Head over to iwcc.edu and buy some tickets today.
I'm going to get me one of those concussion helmet covers and wear it here in the studio.
Say something bad about Luka Doncic again. You might need it, buddy.
You better duck.
It's that part of the night where Dan Campen asks us questions about the sporting world. Dana, what do you got for us?
Is Antonio Brown overrated? I don't know if you've read his statement today, but it is long and it is strange. He says that the biggest regret of
Still
his
talking about his comments, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
His comment that he made, like officially on his, I don't know if it was his Instagram or it was his Twitter, but he said, my biggest regret is that I'll never get to see me, Antonio Brown, play a game live. Sure, I can watch the game afterwards, but I can't imagine what it's like for you all to see something like that. Like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at Red Rocks.
Slow down.
You know, the famous rock star, Jesus.
How did I miss this?
You are not a good rapper.
Where did you find this at?
He literally posted it to his official Twitter page.
Oh, I believe you. I want to go back and reread it for myself later. That's the only reason. Did he really compare himself to God?
He literally said, I can watch the game afterwards, but I can't imagine what it's like for you all to see something like that, like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at Red Rocks. He compared himself to...
Wouldn't he have that backwards? Wouldn't the Beatles be performing at Red Rocks, not Jesus?
Jesus can perform wherever he wants, Jimmy.
Perform in the middle of the ocean. Oh, standing.
Can dance for all the ships.
Start turning fish into wine or whatever happened. Take one fish and feed 1,000 people. Big Jesus fans around here.
Back to the original Dan's Man Cave topic. Antonio?
Is he overrated?
Babe. Tonio.
Tony. Talk to him.
Your rap career is over already.
Before it started.
Your dinner with Kanye, Madonna, I think
the rest of the Illuminati.
Floyd Mayweather was there. Is he dating Madonna, by the way?
I believe that's been confirmed, or at least it was at one point.
What kind of odd couple is that?
Be a fun party, though.
Our couple, though.
For sure.
You can't front on that. No, I'm going to keep it real. I've said that I think Antonio Brown already... I know numbers wise, he's just short. If he played like another 4 to 5 years, he would definitely, it would be for sure. He's got the ring now, so on and so forth. I think he's already a Hall of Fame caliber player, though.
Oh, is that even debatable? I don't think that's debatable at this point, right? For everything.
Well, you think he'll get in, though? If he doesn't see the field ever again, which I don't think happens.
I don't either. Like, something is very important. How bad do they need a good show? For that class,
you thought
because if you need somebody to sell tickets in Canton, woo, buddy. And let me be very clear on this: if he doesn't bring a pair of shoulder pads for his Hall of Fame induction and just chuck them into the crowd, I will be highly disappointed. He is absolutely a first ballot guy in my opinion.
All right,
is he overrated?
Because I've heard people say not quite yet.
I think he was the best wide receiver in the NFL for 5 years,
at least 5.
And let's be honest, to be that level of great, you have to be a little nuts. I mean, he's a lot of nuts, but to be that great, you have to be a little nuts.
Thank you, Vontaze Burfict.
See, yeah, there's different levels to crazy. There's the Earth's flat, which I think wouldn't surprise me if Antonio Brown was in that category, and then there's I need to kill somebody to live today.
That game, do you remember that game?
Yes.
And I know it carried over into like a game or two after that, even
a couple of years after that.
Yeah, but that the initial game, all that started. Was it Juju Smith-Schuster that laid out Burfict in the second half? Somebody came across the middle and caught Burfict.
I'm trying to remember, but I don't think it was one of the start. I don't think it was one of the starting guys.
I know we don't condone. That's not real football, kids. Okay, you don't go headhunting ever. Okay,
ever.
But if you are an old school football fan and you wish just one more game you could watch that had that flavor to it, that was the game.
I still think I'm taking Chiefs Bills from a year ago. If I had to watch one more game, are you talking about just like level of violence?
Violence.
Back when NFL Live had jacked up on it,
man.
CT,
And the
CT
big hit
sucks.
VHS tapes you can buy for $14.99 off the infomercial from NFL Films.
It's a J&J situation. They got snapbacks while you're down there too. I do not think Antonio Brown is overrated. I actually think to some degree he's underrated just because my man's got a cuckoo clock going on upstairs. and we say it jokingly, but I truly, honestly, 100% am scared for his well-being.
Absolutely.
Well, I've seen some of those some videos of him getting interviewed, in the locker room after a game, like before the perfect hit. And he very much is like very cool, calm, and collected, and like wants to talk about the game and
He
isn't
was not like this. Yeah.
not getting all like
Yeah.
self-centered and just, saying kind of just F it and just running around and doing whatever he
Going
wants.
AWOL.
I know it's not 100% the same, but doesn't this have like current day Aaron Rodgers vibes too? Because I'm a little worried about that situation. Like, I think
What part of it? What part of that are you worried about?
him sitting out in the desert doing opioids, basically, and hallucinating.
He was doing
Again,
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca is not an opioid. It is a hallucinogenic drug that is derived specifically from plants. It is all
And
natural.
I'm sorry, you're not concerned about your quarterback sitting out in the desert doing this?
Excuse me, did he not just win MVP back to back?
In his free time.
Maybe the ayahuasca's the trick, getting it immunized.
Also, have you seen his girlfriend?
Hey,
That is why you do ayahuasca in the desert.
She's a nice number.
I'm sure that has nothing to do with his bank account or status in the world.
He's got great hair.
So do I.
In the beard.
Does Aaron Rodgers have great hair? I don't know. It's starting
Fabulous
to
hair.
It's starting to thin out and grease
That's
a little
a
bit.
mane.
Dude, he looks like he might be a fry cook at a Waffle House in his spare time.
He could easily
With a
be
hairnet with a black hairnet on.
Yeah.
out of all the kitchens I've ever
God, I
worked
love
in,
Waffle
he's
House.
like 50% of the line cooks I've ever worked with. So
That might be a low number. the majority of line cooks look a lot like that. Look like they haven't showered in about 4 years.
I love Waffle House.
Yeah, me too, man. Now I'm thinking about biscuits and gravy that I never got.
Let me ask you something. They got Waffle
Please
House
do.
in Denver. They got Waffle House in Kansas City. Hello.
They got Waffle House in Des Moines now.
in Des Moines?
Yep. Steak and Shake at Waffle House as soon as we get them. Omaha's on the map, folks.
Meanwhile, we only have one Perkins and one Denny's.
There's a Perkins left?
Abbott Drive.
That's still there?
Yep.
Oh, I
Down
didn't
by
know.
the airport.
Okay.
I'm calling up my real estate guy and I'm telling him this is an investment that you need to make because he talks about Waffle
Somebody
House
bring a Waffle
every other
House to
day.
Omaha, man.
I'm telling you right now, man. So I took my nephew to Kansas City a couple years ago for his birthday, and the guy that owned the guy that the owner of the franchise was just happened to be there, and he said the thing he had asked the most is why he doesn't open one in Omaha. I'm like, what are you waiting for then? You hate money or like what's the deal? Hey, that was Dan's Man Cave. If you missed it, check it out, SoundCloud.com/afterhours1620. Find our wish list for fast food joints there. Segment was brought to you by Jeff's Body Shop. If you have a family member that doesn't know how to drive and accidentally hit something this weekend, we all got one of them. Stop over at 15 South 20th Street in Council Bluffs, just off 20th and Broadway, right next to the Tobacco Hut. Tell the guys at Jeff's that After Hours sent you. They're going to take $100 off your visit and help you meet your deductible and get you back out on the road tonight. It's Jeff's Body Shop, 15 South 20th Street over in Council Bluffs. Make sure you tell them After Hours sent you. We'll be right back with Luke Bowen from the Lincoln Journal Star talking all things Nebraska football here on 1620 Zone.
Hey everyone, Rob Love here for Pyramid Roofing. If wind or hail has already taken a toll on your roof this summer, let the number one roofer in Omaha 11 straight years come take care of your roofing, siding, or gutter project this summer. Give Pyramid Roofing a call at 402-502-9300 or check out pyramidroof.com to book a free estimate today.
At Dingman's Collision Center, you voted them first place in Best in Omaha for the past 17 years. So they want to say thank you for choosing the Dingman family and their incredible technicians to repair your vehicles. At Dingman's, they'd rather be the best than apologize for anything less.
We all have that family member who doesn't check the weather and their car gets dinged up by hail. Or they turn left on Dodge and bam, their car's in the shop. Well, stop over at 20th and Broadway next to Tobacco Hut in Council Bluffs at Jeff's Body Shop and mentioned you heard about them on After Hours. They'll take $100 off your visit, help meet your deductible, and get you back on the road tonight. Jeff's Body Shop, 20th and Broadway in Council Bluffs. Call to set up an appointment at 712-256-0552.
Summer is here, and so is the heat. Our greenhouse and nursery sales area are always open and stocked all season long. You can relax knowing when you want it, we've got it. So visit us today. Lanahan Nurseries, 192nd and Center.
Did you forget your wife's birthday? Did this commercial remind you that it's tomorrow? No problem. Janisek Florist and Greenhouse has you covered. Head over to omaha-florist.com and use promo code 1620. Not only will Janisek Florist and Greenhouse make sure your order is there and make the missus believe you never forgot, but you can also use that promo code on your next order. Anniversaries, birthdays, Janisek has you covered. Janisek Florist and Greenhouse, bailing out men since 1913.
Cards issued by Celtic Bank, member FDIC.
Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's credit cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 3.3% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/sports. Ramp.com/sports. ramp.com/sports.
You can join us every week for the Sharp and Betting podcast. It's Sharp and Betting. We got a podcast driven by our good friends at Woodhouse Auto Family.
Yeah, the cool thing about it is we'll get more in depth on a lot of your favorite topics, have a guest or two, and just might drop some nuggets of information that you've never heard before.
Wherever you get your podcasts, just look for Sharp and Betting. We got a podcast driven by Woodhouse Auto Family each Friday. You can find it on the Sharp and Betting show page on 1620thezone.com. At Sharp and Betting, we got a podcast.
Teachers like me, parents, we don't always know as much as you guys do about what's going on with other kids.
Half the time, it's rumors.
Yeah, but if you're ever concerned about a friend who's having trouble with alcohol, prescription drugs, anything, you need to tell an adult, someone you know and trust. That can be hard. But speaking up about a problem is what helping a friend is all about.
For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sure, it's hot outside now, but fall is just around the corner, and so is fall ball at the Strike Zone. Players of all ages are signing up for elite level training right now, so don't miss the chance for the player in your life to get some extra work on the diamond this fall. You can sign up an individual player or partial or full teams right now at 402-398-1238, or check out StrikeZoneOmaha.com to find out why, if you train at the Strike Zone, you can compete anywhere.
Has wind or hail taken its toll on your roof or siding? Or would you just want to take some preventative action ahead of the seasonal storms? Go with local. Go with trusted. Go with Pyramid Roofing. Give Pyramid Roofing a call today and have Omaha's best roofer for the last 11 years come out and make sure there are no leaks or long-term lingering issues with your roof. Find out more at pyramidroof.com or call 402-502-9300.
PyramidRoof.com, never settle for less.
Now back to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am.
7:34 on a Thursday night inside the After Hours Lounge. This hour is brought to you by Iowa Western Community College, home of the Reavers. Follow the championship sports action at GoReavers.com. Fall sports are underway over at Iowa Western. Keep up to date on them. Speaking of keeping up to date, we're going to talk to our guy, Luke Mullen, from the Lincoln Journal-Star. Luke Mullen, how are you? Luke?
Hello.
Hey.
There we go.
Hey, there we go. Obviously, we're in the middle of fall camp, a lot going on. Some breaking news kind of coming out of Husker camp this week about a couple different things. How surprised were you to hear that Chubba Purdy is getting reps with the ones? And do you think this quarterback competition is opening up, or is it just a matter of them making sure they have two quarterbacks ready?
Yeah, I wasn't too surprised, honestly, to hear even working with the ones. I think that element of competition that's definitely been there, and I think it's probably a little too soon to say it's definitely settled. Those guys are still competing. They got a couple weeks left to go, but I mean, really, I think you got to think back to the off season. You get these two talented transfer quarterbacks in. I don't think anybody would have had an issue with saying they're competing, all the way through fall camp for that job. Obviously, I think Thompson, he has the experience, has that upper hand, but just having that different aspect, having Purdy as more of a dual threat, is something that'll probably be important, if they need to pull that, trick out of the bag, so to speak, later in the season. Or obviously, just injuries are just such a major thing. You got to have them up to speed, ready to go with that chemistry, with that top unit already.
On that same theme, but with the running back room, given that the competition in that room is so tight, against Northwestern, how much depth should we really expect the running back room to show in that game against Northwestern, or should it just be whoever we see in their first series? That's pretty much who the guy is going to be going forward.
Yeah, well, offensive coordinator Mark Whipple, speaking after the practice a couple of days ago, he said, going back to Pitt, throughout his coaching tenure, he really likes using three running backs. Obviously you're going to have your lead guy in there, the other two rotating in as needed. I definitely anticipate that for Northwestern. Obviously, if you can make sure that you're scoring, keeping a running tally and, maybe getting some different backups in the game, there's potential for more of that. But obviously I think we're looking at Rahmir, maybe in that third down role. Obviously, Anthony Grant and Gabe Irvin seem to be two of the top guys we saw from practice, having really good camp so far. So those would probably be the three we're looking at right now, but a little bit of uncertainty, how much is Rahmir going to work in that third down role versus, maybe taking snaps out of the slot.
Is there any update on Trey Palmer? Obviously, he was ruled to be out sick. Has there been any explanation of what his illness is and when we can expect to maybe see him back at practice?
Yeah, I don't have any more information on that right now, but I don't think it sounds like anything too serious. Just kind of funny timing. That was the day we see practice, and he's out for that one. But he'd been doing great before then, so I anticipate he'll be back.
Any word on Dakotas Crawford? His situation?
Yeah, that's that one seems to be a little bit more murky. Obviously, Mickey Joseph didn't seem to be too eager to speak about Crawford's status. Really, when you're at that point in camp, obviously you try to keep injuries pretty close to the belt, but I think that kind of reaction kind of makes you think it could be something serious. Maybe they just needed some time to work with the trainers and, see exactly what the timetable is, but no information on that. We'll definitely make sure to ask Scott Frost that on Saturday to get an update.
Luke Mullen from the Lincoln Journal-Star joining us here on After Hours. When you hear that the defense got the upper hand on the offense this week, does that give you any pause for where this offense should be at this point, or is it just a matter of the main studs that are up to speed or on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, no, yeah, I think you're definitely spot on there, Jimmy. I mean, really that defensive front, I mean, you've got guys coming back, at defensive tackle, at edge rusher, guys who played, 2, 3, 4 seasons of, major college football. A lot of these guys obviously have been in the system, secondary kind of being, maybe the group that's in transition, but linebackers and up front, those are the experienced guys you want leading the defense versus, the offense. The line's been in flux a little bit. This hasn't been the same five or a group that's necessarily been working together the whole time. As you mentioned, the running back competition, and then you got the two quarterbacks trying to get used to their wide receivers. So I think, early in camp, the defense always kind of has the upper hand. Offense has to install their packages, whatever changes they need to do. It seems like, they've been doing a pretty good job, and, sometimes it's just a little setback. So I'm not too surprised to hear that the defense is coming up with some pretty big days.
Sticking with the defensive side of the ball, within Chenander's defensive scheme, do you think these new defensive tackles like Wynn and Mathis, are they going to be expected to set a tone and cause destruction in the backfield, especially on third down? Or is this going to be more of a scheme and defer to the flow of those linebackers scraping behind them?
Oh, definitely. I think we'll definitely look forward to seeing some of those big linemen up front, making their mark. I think that's going to be so important, not just for Chenander, but obviously for Mike Dawson, the defensive line coach. He's been coaching these guys up, but to potentially run that 4-man front. Obviously, you've got, Ty Robinson, another guy who you expect to make a lot of an impact there. And Mathis, it seems like everything just coming out of him from camp, everybody just saying, he's every bit kind of the lineman you expect to be, the guy who can really get after the passer. So I think a lot of it's going to come down to, making sure you keep up those assignments that you need to do and just be efficient, in that pass rush, which seems to be going pretty well so far in camp.
We plan on having you on every week. Rob's a Bears fan. We're probably going to make fun of him during the NFL season. The 49ers are probably going to be pretty rough. Is there any way you can tell us who your favorite team is so we can give you a hard time each week?
Oh yeah, I'm up there with the NFC guys. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm sure you can roast me a little bit there too.
It's a sweep. Dan Campanen is also a Packers fan, so it's a sweep for the NFC and the good guys. Luke, before we get you out of here, we do a top 5 every night. Tonight was our worst sports takes that we've ever had in history. Do you have a couple that you've been embarrassed by throughout the years?
Oh man, definitely. I think one that comes to mind is thinking back to 2018 NFL draft, I was just convinced Josh Rosen was going to be the guy to come out of that class, and that's not looking so good now, guys, is it?
Hey, I mean, he's literally
weren't alone in that.
He's been on a bunch of franchises. I mean, maybe he's just the savior of all of them at some point, right? My
time will come.
Yeah. My number one is that Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to be any good. So we're almost on the same page there. Hey, Luke, we appreciate your time.
Might have a worse.
Thanks for the updates. We'll talk to you next week and get a couple more from you.
All right, awesome. Sounds good.
Thanks, Luke.
That's Luke Mullen from the Lincoln Journal Star. You can catch him at LJS Luke on Twitter. Follow all of his work, and obviously check out the Lincoln Journal Star for more information as well. Speaking of embarrassments, I went 0-4 in our picks on Wednesday. On Tuesday. I keep wanting to say last night. On Tuesday, while we were out at Caddyshack Bar and Grill. But tonight I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to do better. If you missed that segment with Luke, check it out, SoundCloud.com/afterhours 1620. It was brought to you by Janisek Florist and Greenhouse. If you're in the doghouse right now, you made the missus mad tonight. Get out of it and save yourself some money while you do so. Head over to omaha-florist.com. Use promo code 1620. Get $20 off your order tonight. Make sure that you use it early, use it often for your anniversary, your mother's birthday, your mother-in-law's birthday, your dog's birthday, whatever you can use it for. omaha-florist.com. Use promo code 1620 and get $20 off your order tonight. We're going to win you some money. I am going to win you some money tonight here on 1620 Zone. We come back.
Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. All that money only shooting stars.
Hey everyone, Jimmy Allen here for our friends at the Strike Zone Omaha. It is hot out today, but those cold winds are coming, and so is fall. Fall ball at the Strike Zone ends here. Call to register an individual, a partial team, or a full team, or check out StrikeZoneOmaha.com tonight. Call it 402-398-1238 to register the player in your life today. The Strike Zone. Train here, compete anywhere.
At Iowa Western, your passion can quickly become your career. With more than 80 programs of study, we can put you on the right path to a rewarding career in just 2 years or less. Our caring admissions advisors and expert faculty are accessible and ready to help you find yourself and your career. Come explore your interests, your passion. Now is the time to be you at IW. Call 325-3277 today or log on at iwcc.edu.
Timber Creek Pizza Pub and Grill serves pizza with an unforgettable pizza sauce and fresh ingredients in unique combinations of bold flavors. Try customer favorites like 3 Oinks and a Moo, the Mountain Man, or the Upside Grizzly Bear. Plus, there are daily specials and menu items like tacos, salads, wings, and burgers. Stop in and check out Timber Creek's family-friendly dining environment while enjoying a popular adult beverage. Timber Creek Pizza Pub and Grill at 178th and Harrison and at timbercreekpizzaomaha.com.
Has wind or hail taken its toll on your roof or siding? Or would you just want to take some preventative action ahead of the seasonal storms? Go with local. Go with trusted. Go with Pyramid Roofing. Give Pyramid Roofing a call today and have Omaha's best roofer for the last 11 years come out and make sure there are no leaks or long-term lingering issues with your roof. Find out more at pyramidroof.com or call 402-502-9300.
PyramidRoof.com, never settle for less.
Be a part of the Host Coffee team today. Host Coffee is hiring a service technician. If you'd like to work for a trusted and loyal family-owned company that understands the needs of working families, Host Coffee has your opportunity. Apply today and join our team at hostcoffee.net/careers.
In a house in Omaha, people gather in the kitchen. They don't talk about school and work. They talk about doctors and surgeries. They're the families of Ronald McDonald House Charities in Omaha. And the kitchen is where they come together to share the struggles their children are facing. For these families, it's the little things, like a home-cooked meal even while far from home, that make the biggest difference. Volunteer to prepare a meal by visiting rmhcomaha.org.
Could your company use a fresh new marketing plan for the second half of 2022? Pixel Fire Marketing has your back. From a redesigned logo to a new website to targeting your ideal clients through audience targeting or social media marketing, Pixel Fire Marketing is your online marketing partner. If you're ready to put your best marketing foot forward, visit pixelfiremarketing.com today to take the next step. That's pixelfiremarketing.com.
When you think Caddyshack, you think about an unforgettable dining experience. Stop in Monday and get an $11.99 basket of ribs. Tuesdays are all about the New York strips. Celebrate a Wing Wednesday with after hours, or grab some prime rib and a baked potato for just $11.99 on Fridays. Want to catch some live football on Sundays? Stop in and grab any burger and domestic draft beer or soda for just $11.99. Caddyshack has 2 great locations, off 117th and Blondo and 180th and Harrison. Caddyshack, the official watering hole of after hours on 1620 The Zone.
It's football season. Do you really want to spend your weekend doing the honey-do list? Grab a seat on the couch and call Ace Handyman Services at 402-702-7274. Let Ace Handyman Services come out, patch that drywall, mount that TV, and fix the fence so you don't have to chase Fido down the street while your team's QB is diving for a touchdown. Ace Handyman Services, 402-702-7274. Now serving Omaha and Lincoln.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we
go. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Now back to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
$7:49, wrapping things up. It is closing time inside the After Hours Lounge. Thank you very much for coming on this 2-hour journey with us. This hour is brought to you by Iowa Western Community College. Fall sports are underway over at IWCC. Head over to GoReavers.com. Check out all their fall sport championship sports action at GoReavers.com. Head over to IWCC.edu and register for winter classes. Become a Reaver today. Dan Campion was MIA in the picks on Tuesday night, so we don't get to criticize him. We'll criticize me. I went 0-4. I gave you a bonus pick and still lost them all. That's pretty impressive right there. I took the under in the Angels-Giants game, who scored 1 run the night before, and somehow they got 9. I took the under in the Padres-Giants game that scored 3 the night before, and somehow they got 11. I took the Yankees minus 1.5. They lost outright. I took the under in that game. They scored 13. Feel bad, folks. Keep it score at home. That's really bad. Flip side of that, the star of the show, Rob Love, went 3-0. He took the Pirates plus 1.5 on the road. They won outright. He took the Padres minus 1.5. They won by 6. Took the Dodgers minus 1.5. They won by 3. And just to recap, that is 3-0. We tried to do better tonight. I wish I could have got a prop bet for no home runs in this game, in the Field of Dreams games. I think it had to have been like plus 1,500, right? For how many home runs they hit last year.
Oh, yeah.
No home runs? Like right now. So right now we're in the bottom of the 4th. 0 home runs have been hit into the corner at this point. Is this game less cooler if they get 0 home runs?
Yeah.
Much less cool if they get 0 home runs.
Amazing. I'm here for it. I'm rooting for it.
Also, an update to our Twitter poll.
Yes.
72% of the audience says it is cooler to hit a home run into a cornfield.
Well, it doesn't matter because it ain't happening, baby. All right, Dan, what do you got for your picks tonight?
All right. We have the San Diego Padres taking on the Washington Nationals. Give me the Padres in that one. Call it the Juan Soto revenge game.
I like it.
Is that tomorrow night?
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yes. Both my baseball games
we're
are
not here
tomorrow.
so we can do that.
Gotcha.
Yes. Speaking of baseball and rivalries, the New York Yankees taking on the Boston Red Sox this weekend.
Sweep for the good guys.
Give me the Yanks. And then lastly,
can we get a drop of you just saying, give me the Yanks?
Okay. I'll mark it and cut it.
Hey, this is probably something I should say off air, but I'll just ask you. Can you start cutting up stuff for Luke too so we can build him an intro?
Sure.
There you go. All right, go ahead, Dan. Sorry, finish.
All
finish
right.
picks.
And then lastly, we're going across the pond. Chelsea is taking on the Tottenham Hotspurs this weekend. Give me the Tottenham Hotspurs.
Tottenham, really? Okay.
I don't think Chelsea's got that good of a team, Rob.
Gonna play the footy?
You don't like Pulisic?
Not one bit. If you're so good, why don't you just play in the MLS?
You know what? I'll take Chelsea in that game.
There you go.
First of all,
now we can't go 9-0.
That's okay.
Way to ruin the shit.
Well, Dan didn't pick last time we picked, so
that's true.
True.
Also, give me the under of 35 points in the Falcons-Lions preseason game tomorrow night.
Okay.
As well as give me the
what did you say? The under what?
It's 35 points.
I thought you said 30. I'm like, why am I seeing such a difference here?
No, let me double. I'm pretty sure it's 35. Yeah, 35 points. As well as give me the under in the Browns-Jaguars game tomorrow night, which is 37.5.
Feels like it's about 31 too many points. Did you give all three? I didn't hear you.
I did Chelsea in the Premier League match.
Dan Campbell wants to play a bunch of starters. Give me the Lions. It's an even line right now. Give me the Lions. I might even buy it up to maybe 4.5 points or so and get a little bit of juice on it.
Okay.
Give me the Lions. I will also take the under in the Browns-Jags game. It'll be interesting to see how long Deshaun Watson does play. He might get some extended time since they're not expecting him
playing the year
to be ready.
Reps.
Lots of football on tomorrow night, by the way. And then give me the home favorites in preseason football. My San Francisco 49ers and Trey Lance taking on the schmucks from Green Bay tomorrow night.
Have fun watching Jordan Love cut you guys up.
I mean,
bonus pick Dominic Cruz.
Oh yeah.
Saturday night.
You watching that? There's a couple decent
it's a
fights
fight night. Yeah, it's free. $3.99.
That's right. You can't beat that. Last thoughts on Field of Dreams. I don't know. Did you say if you like the movie or not? I know you said
it's okay.
Okay,
it's all right.
If it's on TV, are you watching it?
No.
I've a rerun of The Office or Field of Dreams?
Rerun of The Office.
Yeah, me too.
Every time.
Every single time. Dan, do you have a favorite TV show of all time? You have weird music takes. Do you have weird TV takes?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Definitely Sopranos. Definitely Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah. You watching Better Call Saul at all?
Trying to. I'm not watching the new episodes. I've
only seen part of the first season, and I love it. I don't know. Like I always start it and then I just don't continue. I'm too busy.
My trouble is I try to. That one
good.
is less bingeable to me than Breaking Bad was.
You like?
I feel like
Brockmire?
there's more. Love Brockmeyer.
Love Brockmeyer. Yeah. I had to put Jimmy on Brockmeyer.
That's another one I didn't get to finish.
He hasn't really gotten into it.
I watched the first 4 episodes. I thought it was great, and I forgot about it until this very moment.
Oh, man, that's a great show.
I'm not gonna be here. I was gonna say top 5 TV shows of all time on Monday, but I guess you guys can do that. I won't be here. Just heads up, I will be here tomorrow on Sharp and Betting in the morning. You can catch Rob and I there, and that's
bright and early.
That slacker of a producer that left us. But I will be having a baby on Wednesday, so Rob Love will be here with the
congratulations.
The slew of hosts from the Church of the Corn will be filling in for the next 2 weeks for me. That's Dan Campion, and I'm Jimmy Allen. That's Rob Love. If you missed this show tonight, check it out, SoundCloud.com/afterhours1620. We gave you a whole bunch of picks. If you want to be able to watch the games we just talked about or even the fights and not have to do the honey-do list this week, and give Turner and the crew at Ace Handyman Services a call at 402-702-7274 tonight. Have them come out, fix the drywall, replace that broken piece of wood on the deck, and make sure they fix that fence so Fido doesn't run down the street. You can watch your favorite team hit a home run out into the corn tonight. It's Handyman Services, 402-702-7274. Tell Turner and the crew we sent you over there. For Rob, Dan, Jimmy Allen, have a great Thursday night, everybody.
Cabinet Design Studios, the Metro's premier cabinet